Welcome, watchers of illusion, to my castle of confusion. Well, I'm looking at an Amstrad game today, and it's rather a good one, actually. Well, I hope it's a good one. I think it's a good one. And, oh God, look at this. Okay. It was a good one from screenshots. I mean, how good is that? So, as you can see, it is, I would say, well, I think the inspiration comes from Ghostbusters. Because, well, you can see there's little Slimer, and the actual character's name is Jack Slimer. So there you go. Yes. Shadowhunter. This is on the Amstrad CPC. I'm playing on the 6128 version here, which is nice. And it's basically a screen by screen, clear the game, well, clear the screen and move on to the next level. And the way you do that is by blasting ghosts, collecting the ghost trap, and then when you've collected all the ghosts at the end, you can activate the trap and then moves on to the next level. Now, okay, so we've got to figure out. Oh, right. Okay, so there's switches. I thought it was like a proton pack or something down there, but no, it was a switch. Rich needs to learn to read instructions. Anyway, yeah. So I love this. I mean, this is the sort of game that you would have loved to have picked up on the budget range on Amstrad. This would have been a 199er from W.H. Smith's or John Menzies, if you remember back that far. Yeah. And I would have been happy to have come home with this, put it on and played it, and been happy with the price I'd paid. I don't know what you guys think, but I think this would have been an absolutely delightful little game to play. I can't get up there, can I? No, that's going to be a Switch job, isn't it? Anyway, aesthetically, it's very pleasing, isn't it? Main sprite, lovely. It's just Amstrad. And that's what I love. I know it sounds strange to say this is Amstrad on an Amstrad, but you know, I'm sort of struggling to get my point across here. But it's, you know, this is the kind of game that you would have seen featured in an Amstrad magazine sort of thing and thought, wow, look at that, that looks really good. And you'd be right, because it actually is really good. I love these sort of nods, not only to Ghostbusters, but I mean, that blue thing looks a little bit like Putty from the Putty games. Yes. There you go. Love the Slimer Ghost. I think he looks amazing. Let's have a look at the UI. So in the bottom left-hand corner, we have our life counter, which is currently on 3. Now, I believe that as soon as you hit something, you technically lose a life. You don't reset or anything. So you will sort of flash, and then you've lost a life type thing. Then you are up against the demonic timer, of course, and then I'm not sure what the red button is. But there, never mind. We'll figure it out, I'm sure. But if we don't, oh well. But the gameplay's lovely. It's great. So basically, blast the ghosts. 3 shots normally does it, and then you can exit the level and move on. Now the animations are quite cutesy. I like the different speeds of the ghost here. It makes the level a little bit more challenging. I've only got 1 life left, but if I do happen to lose my life, I will pop another one, and we'll have another go. That's how we get on. It's always those first run things, isn't it? You always sort of get absolutely minced on the first go. But I like this. I like this a lot. I've got 0 lives now, so this is it. This is my last life. Oh no! But yeah, absolutely love this. The gameplay's really solid as well, which is great. And do you know what the main thing is? It's fun. And a lot of games seem to miss that point these days, and I think that's a great shame. Because even though this is a new game, they've taken the fun element and they've prioritized. Fun is exactly what a game should be. You know, the key word, game. Yeah. So, very, very cool game. And controls are nice. Left, right, up, fire, and then you got your activate trap at the end, which is down, which is that's how you clear your level. So once you've got all the ghosts, hit your down button and you'll activate your trap, and it'll go on to the next level. A bit like that, yes, and well done. It even celebrates your victory. So I absolutely love it. I think I'm just nitpicking, but I think I would have liked to have seen a full stream, but maybe that's a little bit too sort of Ghostbusters. The actual sort of say ray gun, shall we, sort of effect is quite nice. But maybe a continuous stream with a cooldown or something, or like an overheat function. Maybe you do that for the sequel. Hint, hint. Yeah. So love this game. Really enjoying it. The sound's nice as well. Game over. Okay, we'll start again. Love that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That screen is amazing. There you go, and it's even got all of the things for you to look at as well. Proton blaster. There you go. So yeah, it's got all of the controls right there for you. You can play on keyboard or joystick. It's up to you. I'm playing on a Kempston, so that's always nice. Oh yes, old school me. So yeah, the sound of the music's really nice as well. You've got a nice little soundtrack going through the game. And then you've got sound effects as well. So sound effects and music. Take note, Amiga games. For those of you who could only do one or the other, this is an Amstrad, a technically inferior machine, and this can do sound and music at the same time. How dare you 16-bit monstrosity. Anyway, I love my Amiga. Just kidding, all right? No, I love my Amiga, but I think it's a bit silly when Zool couldn't do music and sound effects at the same time. It's a somewhat more powerful machine. Just saying, you know. Anyway, the screens are nice on this as well. The level design is very cool. I like the fact that you've got switches to hit as well, so it's not just clear cut. You've got to go and make an effort to clear the screens, which is great. We'll see how far we get on this run. I'm hoping that we'll get a little bit further than the first time, but the first time is always the tester, isn't it? But I saw this advertisement and I thought, oh, I like the look of this. Let's introduce this to our gaming community. Because you retro gamers out there are always looking for something new to play. It's alright reviewing stuff that we've seen over and over again, but do you know what? It's nice to review something that I've never played before, or maybe you haven't even seen before. This was released this year, by the way. So 2023 is already kicking off quite nicely. We've got a couple of new releases this month already, and if it carries on like that, then by Christmas we should have a nice library of new games. Oh yes, I said the C word. Sorry, guys. We did have a Christmas pudding on Monday evening, but never mind. Anyway, I just happened to have them left over. I didn't go out of my way to buy any in January, in case you wondered. Anyway, so playability, absolutely on the money here. It's a fantastic little platformer. It's not too tricky. It's got some nice learning elements to it as well. It's not just a clear-cut platformer, but it's good enough to pick up and play at any skill level, which I really like that, because, you know, games should be accessible to everybody unless they've got age ratings on them, in which case maybe not, but a game like this should be. And this can be enjoyed by adults and children of all ages. So take note and have a go. Don't, you know, even if it's just in private, don't have to tell anybody you played it, but I'd like to hear from you guys if you have played it, and put in the comments how far you got. There's quite a lot of screens on this game as well, so have fun with it, enjoy it, because I certainly am. So replay value, yeah, of course, there's tons of replay value in this. Even if you finish it, you're probably going to come back and play again. I'd come back and play it again. I played Treasure Island Dizzy from start to finish, and I still come back and play it again. I must be some sort of weirdo that enjoys sadistic games. That's because, as you know, Treasure Island Dizzy had one life in which to do the entire game. Anyway, I did it once. Once was enough. Anyway. So, yes, the age rating on this, like I just said, is any. So, just download the game. It's free. I'll put a description in the link for you. I'll put a description in the link. I'll put a link in the description, so I will. Because putting a description in the link might be a big link. Anyway. Go and download it, it's free. But if you do want to support the developer, then you can bung them a couple of coins. So please do that if you can afford to. Keeps the scene alive, and it keeps, you know, gives that little bit of thanks to the developers for their time and effort doing the game. The fact they actually do these, you know, technically for free is lovely. And, you know, my hat goes straight off to them if I was actually wearing a hat. But I'm not, so I can't. But I will salute you, is what I shall do, yes. Anyway, this has been Shadow Hunters, or Shadow Hunter, on the Amstrad CPC, and I hope you'll go and download it, give it a play, and give the developers some love, because it's a very good little game, and the Amstrad deserves so much more than it got. So, yeah, I shall leave you now with a couple of more minutes of footage with the sound ramped up, so I'll catch you again very soon with something brand new, and until then, you know, keep it retro and all that jazz. And I'll speak to you soon. Until then, my friends, it's goodbye. Goodbye.